The snow fell softly, almost peaceful, as if the world itself hadn't just witnessed a battle. The wind howled through the broken landscape, cutting through the night like a whisper of fate. Sonic stood, breathing hard. His body ached, his hands clenched into fists, but he was still standing. Across from him, Knuckles remained on one knee, his breath slow and heavy, his fists still buried in the shattered ice beneath him. For a moment, there was nothing but silence. No words, no movement, just the aftermath. Then, boots in the snow, armor shifting, a presence colder than the storm itself. King Cryos had arrived. A line of Frostguard soldiers emerged through the swirling mist, their armor glistening under the moonlight. Their spears were sharp, their movements measured, but they did not attack, because before them, walking through the snow, with slow, deliberate steps, was King Cryos. His cayenne fur, once regal, seemed almost ghostly in the frozen night. His piercing, icy blue eyes locked onto the battlefield. A long, ornate cloak trailed behind him, untouched by the wind. He stopped a few feet away, his presence alone commanding the storm to still. His gaze swept across the scene, the cracked ice, the frostbitten air. The two warriors, his most loyal guardian, kneeling, and his daughter's fugitive standing tall. He said nothing at first. He didn't need to. The weight of his silence was heavier than any blade. Then finally,
"You are no longer my soldier."
"I fought, and I lost."
"Then you should have died trying."
a chill settled over the battlefield. Not from the cold, but from those words. Sonic tensed. He had seen cold rulers before. But this wasn't just discipline. This was something else. His fists tightened.
"Wow! Father of the Year!"
You speak so freely for a man who does not understand the world he walks in.
Nah, I get it. You don't like losing control.
But that's the thing about freedom. You don't get to decide who has it.
For a split second, something flickered in Cryos's eyes, a shadow of something unspoken. But it was gone in an instant. The soldiers tightened their grips on their spears, a shift in the air, tension rising. Cryos didn't raise his hand. He didn't need to. His mere presence commanded action. Knuckles could feel it. He was supposed to rise now. He was supposed to take his place at the king's side again. But he didn't move. Instead, he looked at Sonic, then at Cryos, then back at the hand he had been offered. For the first time in his life, he hesitated. Cryos' expression hardened.
Do not make the same mistake as her, Knuckles.
Knuckles' breath caught. Her Cyannie. His chest tightened. He thought of her face, her words, the way she had begged him to understand. Was this what she meant? His fists clenched, his jaw tightened. And then, Knuckles took a step back. Not toward Cryos, not toward Sonic, but away from both. Cryos narrowed his eyes. For the first time in years, Knuckles disobeyed an order. The Frostguard stiffened, exchanging glances. A decree like that wasn't just words, it was exile. Knuckles inhaled slowly. He had made his choice. And yet, it still cut deeper than he expected. Sonic exhaled. His hand was still outstretched. This time Knuckles took it. A single moment, a single choice. They turned and ran. The Frostguard moved to follow. But Cryos raised his hand. A silent command.
Let them run. They will not outrun the Blackblade.
The snow swallowed the battlefield whole. Shadow was coming. The room was dark, not by design but by nature. Torches flickered weakly against the stone walls, their light barely reaching the high ceiling. Shadows pooled in the corners, stretching like unseen sentries. At the far end of the chamber, standing near the great frosted window, was Shadow the Blackblade, the king's final weapon, the silent executioner, the blade unseen. He did not turn when Rouge entered. He did not need to. She was careful with her steps, her heels making almost no sound against the frozen stone. She moved with the grace of someone who was used to knowing things no one else did. She stopped a few feet away, crossing her arms as she studied him. His back was to her. Cloaked in a long black coat with silver embroidery, he looked like a statue, still unreadable, silent. For a long moment, neither spoke. The only sound was the crackling of the torches, the distant whisper of wind against the ice. Then,
You could at least say hello.
Shadow said nothing. She rolled her eyes.
Fine. Straight to business, you'll love this. Knuckles lost, and he chose exile over loyalty.
Shadow turned just slightly, his profile now visible in the dim light. His crimson eyes gleamed, unreadable.
The king's judgment.
Yes, he let them run.
Of course Cryos let them run, because he had already decided how this would end. And now he sends me.
So? What's the plan, big guy?
Sonic, the runaway, the rebel, the one who never looked back. Knuckles, the guardian turned exile, the one who should have known better. Cyannie, the lost princess, the key to all of this. They think they are free. They are mistaken.
You could at least pretend you're not enjoying this.
What I enjoy is irrelevant. I will find them.
He stepped forward, disappearing into the shadows. And when the Blackblade moves, there is no escape.
The night is silent, the storm has stopped, but in the darkness, something moves. No sound, no trace, I walk alone. A ghost, a blade, I cut through stone. They run, they hide, but fate won't break. I am the shadow, your last mistake. Boom! The guitars explode into full force! You think you're free, you think you've won. But there's no end, there's only one. The ice, the fire, the crown you take. I stand in silence, then I break. Shadow steps forward, the hunt has begun. The beat pounds heavier, his voice rising. Your breath is shaking, your time runs thin. This war won't end, the storm begins. You stole the crown, you fled the throne. But my blade will carve your bones. I am the blade in the dark. I am the blade in the dark. I am the fire. I am the spark. No mercy, no light, no path remains. I am the black blade. You're in my grave. Footsteps fade in the dead of night. Your hands are shaking, your grip too tight. You run like fire, you burn so bright. But I am the shadow, you're out of light. Cryos watches his throne stand still. One command, one life to kill. You broke the chains, you chose your fate. But now you learn, it's far too late. A bass drop, drums building, guitars rumbling, then boom, back into the chorus. I am the blade in the dark. I am the fire. I am the spark. No mercy, no light, no path remains. I am the black blade. You're in my grave. You can run but the stars have spoken. You can fight, but the blade is chosen. The cold, the steel, the ice, the fall. Your heartbeat stops, I hear it all. The storm rages, the snow falls, and then silence. The hunt is over, the Blackblade never fails. You can run, but the stars have spoken. You can fight, but the blade is chosen. The cold, the steel, the cold, the steel, the ice, the fall. Your heartbeat stops. The storm rages, the snow falls, and then silence. The hunt is over, the Blackblade never fails. The cold, the steel, the ice, the fall, your heart